Kilmarnock started the campaign with 2 defeats. They've followed that with back-to-back wins, helped by Miksu Patalainen's summer signings, including Alexei Eremenko on his debut. St Mirren applied some early pressure with some decent delivery into the box. Jure Travenor's cross into a great area, and Gareth Wardlaw wasn't far away from getting on the end of it. Encouragement for manager Danny Lennon. There was no shortage of enterprise though about Kilmarnock, and when David Silva found himself with some room, he wasn't shy about having a long-range shot at goal, which produced a difficult moment for Saints keeper Paul Gallagher. A good save to tip that round the post. Jamie Hamill has scored both Kilmarnock's goals this season, but he left it to James Dayton this time. The winger stepped in off the touchline, and as no one for St Mirren closed him down, he took the opportunity to curl a wicked left-footer beyond Gallagher. A brilliant finish this, and the home team ahead inside the first half hour. Saints were back on level terms 3 minutes into the second half. Gallagher's punt down the park should have made for pretty straightforward defending. Momo Sissoko was out-muscled by Wardlaw, and Stephen Thompson snapped up the chance. Patalainen would have been horrified to see big defenders being pushed around, but this certainly cheered up the St Mirren fans behind the goal. Kilmarnock's Finnish manager knew all about fellow countryman Eremenko when he signed him on loan, and he delivered exactly what was wanted here, a swerving free kick which Gallagher failed to keep out. That's what you call a dream debut. Lots of confidence on the set piece to catch the keeper out. And just to add to St Mirren's disappointing day, they ended the match with 10 men. On loan Celtic striker Paul McGowan had his path blocked and took a swipe at Kilmarnock's Manuel Pascali. A crazy red card for McGowan. 2 wins on the trot for Kilmarnock. One of the surprises of the season so far is that St Johnstone are still searching for their first SPL win. Their latest defeat was at McDermott Park against Motherwell. The Perth team were impressive last time out against Rangers at Ibrox, but bad luck seems to be following them around at the moment, and maybe a little bit of bad finishing to go along with it. Dave Mackay joined this early attack. Marcus Haber's shot was blocked, Murray Davidson missed his chance, and Cleveland Taylor's goal-bound effort was saved by Darren Randolph, with the Motherwell keeper not knowing too much about it. When Danny Granger put the ball back in the box, Davidson found himself with another opportunity to score, which he was unable to take. This succession of St Johnstone chances in front of goal with no end product probably sums up their start to the season. If the home team needed a demonstration of the direct route to goal, this was it from Motherwell. On the end of Randolph's kick-out, Keith Lasley did the ball-winning and Nick Blackman did the rest. A stunning strike from the 20-year-old who's on loan from Blackburn for the season. Motherwell ahead after only 3 minutes. Both Blackman's Motherwell goals so far have come away from Fir Park, and he had the chance to add to his tally. Chris Humphrey played him in, and the young striker was disappointed to fire his shot straight at Graham Smith. Good build-up from Craig Brown's team, and that was a chance to score their second. Mind you, they didn't have to wait too long before they did add to their lead, 6 minutes before half-time, when another young Motherwell striker, Jamie Murphy, made his contribution. He teased and tormented Saints defender Mackay, eased past him, and saw his cutback turned into his own net by Kevin Rutkiewicz. Motherwell's win takes them up to joint third in the table. Winless Saints are rooted to the bottom. Hibs haven't won at home since March. They gave a debut to on-loan Middlesbrough defender Jonathan Grounds, but could only draw at Easter Road against Inverness. John Hughes' team, who won at Motherwell on the opening SPL weekend and have since lost twice, couldn't have hoped for a better start to the match. Grounds very much involved in the build-up to the opening goal, along with David Wotherspoon. Then it was all about Derek Wyerden, set up by Colin Nish, a nutmeg on Grant Munro and a clinical finish. Hibs having sold top scorer Anthony Stokes to Celtic, 1-0 up after only 8 minutes. A brilliant bit of skill from Wyerden to make the early breakthrough. Whatever Hibs lack, it's not attacking menace, even without Stokes. This is Scotland under-21 midfielder David Wotherspoon threatening to score a second goal. Inverness keeper Ryan Essen flung himself across goal, knowing how close that was. Cali Thistle, though, haven't returned to top-flight football with any sort of inferiority complex, and this was a promising attack started by Johnny Hayes. Eric Odiambo cut the ball back, and Adam Rooney's close-range shot produced a good save from former Inverness keeper Mark Brown. Any Hibs set-piece inside the opposition half has potential for Riordan, and this was a moment of concern for Essen, although he appeared to have the free kick covered as it clipped the top of the crossbar. It was the turn of Terry Butcher's team to threaten again, promising youngster Nick Ross with the reverse pass for Rooney, and his shot crashed back off the post. A lovely interchange between the pair of them, and Rooney again unlucky not to score. You may remember Hibs' new Dutch recruit Edwin de Graaf missed a sitter against Rangers a few weeks back. Well, how about that one for another open goal? The shot from Colin Nish stopped, and all Edwin had to do was guide this into the unguarded net. Here was another chance for Hibs to seal a long-awaited home win. Nish to Riordan. He stumbled past Ross Tokley's challenge, but hit the deck when he collided with David Proctor. Penalty. Fair play to Riordan for avoiding Tokley's trailing leg, only to be tripped by Proctor. Inverness would have struggled to respond to a second Hibs goal, but Riordan's spot kick struck the post. A massive opportunity missed by the home team. And it was to be a tale of two second-half penalties. Inverness substitute Danny Sanchez proved too pacey for Stephen Tico, and when the Hibs defender lunged in, referee Crawford Allen was again pointing to the penalty spot. Ill-judged is the kindest way to describe this from Tico. No mistake from Rooney, 8 minutes from time. A priceless point for Inverness. More Easter Road misery for Hibs. The full SPL story, more magic from McCourt as Celtic beat Hearts to stay top of the league.